Well, I'm here now with a special guest joining us on Mountaineer GameDay, ABC's Holly Rowe. You'll be hearing from her throughout that game broadcast. And if I'm correct, it's been a while since you've been back here to Morgantown and Milan Puskar Stadium.
That's right. The last game I did here was in 2007. It was a heartbreaking loss to Pitt. I understand they're honoring that team, so all those guys will be back. Pat White, Steve Slayton, Owen Schmidt. So I can't wait to see that team. They were a very special group, but excited to be back.
And being against Pitt, what was that atmosphere like the last time you were here?
Well, you know, a chance to go to the national championship was on the line, so it might be the best atmosphere that I've ever seen here. So I know it will be different, but it's still a huge game. You know, the nation's leading offense coming into town with Oklahoma State, so I'm expecting a great atmosphere.
Yeah, I think everybody's expecting a great atmosphere, whether you're rooting for Oklahoma State or the Mountaineers. You know, a lot at stake in this one, especially when you've got two of the best quarterbacks coming in. We've got Mason Rudolph, Will Greer. Who do you see having the advantage, the upper hand in this one?
You know, Dana Hogelson just made a great point. He said that Will Greer has really only played in about 14 college football games. So by far, Mason Rudolph is a much more experienced player, but Will Greer is an older, mature guy who likes this kind of environment. So I expect them both to play well. Mason Rudolph did tell me this week on the phone, he said, I'm looking for redemption. When he played here 2 years ago, he didn't play well. He had 3 interceptions, no touchdowns, and only completed 50% of his passes. So I know that it's on his mind. He wants to go out playing well in Morgantown.
And now as far as it goes for the WVU defense up against that offense, you know, they started the season a little bit slow, but finally got all of their players back from injuries and such. How big do you see this being maybe the biggest challenge that they will face, you know, this season until we get a little farther down the line?
It is the biggest challenge. I mean, this is the #1 offense in the nation, the #1 passing offense in the nation. You know, they've had some injuries in the back end for West Virginia, so they're going to have to shuffle a few things around this week. But I love what I'm hearing from Tony Gibson, the defensive coordinator. He said, you know, we're going to make it hard for them. They're going to play that kind of umbrella coverage that we've seen Texas and TCU do against Oklahoma State that really hampered their passing game a little bit. So I think it's a good challenge for them.
Yeah, and we saw the WVU defense come up big last week against Baylor. They're stopping that 2-point conversion and preserving the win. And offensively for West Virginia, the past 2 games, it's been a little struggle with the run game. But how important is that going to be this weekend to get out there, you know, get the run going, eat up the clock, and keep this Oklahoma State offense on the sideline?
Well, I think what you said is that's one of the best defenses is possessing the ball so that the offense isn't on the field for Oklahoma State. So that is a big deal. And by doing that, you have to get first downs and extend drives. So that's crucial. You know, it is going to be raining. And I just asked Will Greer and David Sills how they feel about playing in the rain. They actually practiced all day in the rain Wednesday at practice. And they said, we love it. When it's nasty here, that's going to make for a great atmosphere. So they're not worried about the rain. We'll see.
All right, yeah, well, we will see how the weather plays into this one. A Big Top 25 matchup and a Big 12 showdown going to be happening right here at Milan Puskar Stadium. So, Holly, we appreciate you joining us this week on the program. You'll be hearing from her on ABC's broadcast as well. But stick around. We've got much more to come right here for you on Mountaineer GameDay. The show rolls on right after this.